Hello, my mathematicians. Today we are looking at Module 8, Lesson 3, which is all about representing multiplication with unit fractions. It says, I can solve a problem by multiplying unit fractions using a visual model. Look at the spark you're learning. A chef uses 1/4 of a package of dough. Before using this part of the package of dough, she cuts it into thirds. What fraction of a whole package of each of these smaller pieces? Draw a visual model to show the problem. Justify how your visual model represents the problem. Well, we're starting with one whole package. So I'm going to draw one rectangle to represent that whole. And then the chef uses 1/2 of that, or 1/4 of that, sorry. So he's this piece right here is what's being used. And before using this part of the packaged dough, she cuts it into thirds. So we're just looking at this piece, but I'm going to cut each of the pieces into thirds so that way we can see how many pieces there are. And then we want to know what fraction of whole package is each of these smaller pieces. So we're looking at just one of them. So if we look, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 whole pieces, and we're looking at 1. So 1/12 of the package of dough. It says justify how your visual model represents the problem. Well, if I'm looking at it, we start it with a whole. So I start it with one whole. And I split it into fourths. Then I took 1/4 and split it into thirds. This gives me 1/12 pieces. I'm going to go to the next page. So it says, only 1/3 of a chef's specialty pizza is left at closing time. The chef eats half of the leftover pizza. How much of the whole pizza does the chef eat? Draw a visual model to show the fraction of the whole pizza the chef eats. Justify your reasoning. So we're going to draw a pizza here. And we're going to split it into thirds. So the piece that we're really looking at is this piece here. We're looking at just one of the thirds. But we're eating half of that. So we're going to split all the pieces in half. And we want one of those. So we're going to say, I started by dividing my circle into thirds. identified 1/3 to represent the amount of pizza left over. Then I split the 1/3 piece in half to represent the pizza the chef eats. So then it says, how do you name the fractional part? How do you name the fraction of the whole pizza that the chef eats, and how do you know? Well, we split each 1/3 piece in half, which left us with a total of 6 pieces. And the chef eats one of them. So that would be 1/6 of the whole pizza. And it says, what part of a whole pizza does the chef eat? Write equation to model the problem. Well, we would have 1/2 times 1/3. Remember that dot means that we are multiplying. It's another form of multiplication symbol. And we got 1/6. So we have 1/6 of the whole pizza. And it says the chef also makes stromboli. One serving is 1/2 of a stromboli. What fraction of a meter is the length of one serving? So use the number line to show how you can find the length of one serving. Well, we know that the whole thing is 1/4. So I'm going to split this into fourths. So we have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. And so the stromboli, the whole stromboli, goes from here to here. Now we want half of that. So we're going to split this in half, but we're going to split them all in half here. So now we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections. And this is the first one, so this would be 1/8. So it says, what fraction of a meter is one serving of stromboli? How do you know? So it's 1/8 meter. And I'm going to say after I divided 1/4 in half, I needed to figure out how many same-sized lengths it would take to reach 1 on the number line. It takes 8 lengths. So each serving is 1/8 meter. So this is write an equation to model the problem. So we started with, we're taking 1/2 of the 1/4, and that equaled 1/8. So that is all for today's lesson. Hopefully you are now able to solve a problem by multiplying unit fractions using a visual model. Remember, in order to be a math person, all you have to do is be a person and do math.